Hello and welcome. Anyone who's been to Merchant City Yoga on a Sunday knows how much I love catching up with everyone over a cup of my freshly brewed spiced chai. These Sunday chai sessions really bring everyone together. A true celebration of friendship, community and connection. I want to try and capture some of that magic and share it with you at home. So I've invited some familiar faces from our MCY family to chat with me online over a cuppa. I'm affectionately calling them the chai sessions. Pop the kettle on, get yourself comfy and come and join us.
Hi Debbie, thanks so much for coming on to join me. As always, I have my wee cup of tea ready for our chai session together. So yeah, just before we get into our chat, for anybody who doesn't know you, Debbie is a founder and runs a very wonderful charity called Yogability, working here in Glasgow. And we support them with fundraising every year with our 108 Sun Salutations. So this is our 10th year of Sun Salutations, which is incredible, which means it's over 10 years of you folks doing the amazing work that you do, which is even more incredible. So I thought it might be quite nice to start by just you telling a little bit about your story and how Yogability came about.
I got into yoga probably in my 30s. I've always dipped in and out. And then in my 30s, I started yoga. And in the background, I had two little boys. One was born with severe disabilities, so he's got cerebral palsy. And things were really difficult. You just didn't know how things were going to pan out. And he needs 24-hour care. So as things were progressing, I would go to yoga and it was like the 1 hour of relief in a week. So I went twice. Then it was 2 hours of relief. And I thought that this is making me feel better. So everything was still difficult, but I was managing better. I was coping better with everything that was going on. And then because of that, that's when we started doing teacher training with yourself, Judy, in June. And I met up with Helen. So Helen and I enjoyed the teacher training together. But in the meantime, I thought, this has helped me so much. I want Cameron to have it. That's my son. And so I got in touch with somebody and they came and they done some yoga with Cameron and it was brilliant and he loved it and he was so relaxed with it. But it's quite an expensive hobby when you don't have a lot of money. And carers are my peer group, if you like, and there's not a lot of money going about. And I want that for other people. So Helen and I put our heads together and thought, we can do this, we can offer that. So that's what we did. We set up Yogability at the end, I think we finished our teacher training in the August, and Yogability became a charity the month before, and that was always going to be our path. And over the years, it's been brilliant. We've met amazing people.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's quite humbling.
I know when you think back and just look at how far you've come, Debbie, and all those people that you've touched, like all those lives.
It's been amazing, and what they've brought to us as well has been a real learning curve about life and really what people struggle with every single day. And it gives you perspective of your own life. And yoga has helped all of us, everybody that's been in Yogability. There's a community of people that didn't know each other before and have become lifelong friends. They walk the same shoes. They just didn't know that there was other people like them. And there are. And it's really amazing. It's just amazing to go to your work every day and that's what you do. I feel very privileged.
Yeah, and making such a difference, which is, well, I think it's all part of the yoga practice. Anyway, can you maybe tell us a little bit more about who it is that you help, and maybe some examples of how they benefit from what you offer, the yoga that you offer them?
So probably our biggest amount of clients just now are carers. It was much easier to keep their classes going over lockdown and beyond because they could do it online quite simply. So we're all back in classes now. I think there might be one online class, and that's carers who care for their children, right up to seniors who care for their partner who has, it can be anything, dementia, physical disability, anything at all. And that goes with mat yoga, chair yoga. It can be one-to-ones, it can be groups. And then over lockdown, we stopped seeing the children because they're more one-to-one and kind of always have been. But our real plan is, because we realise probably that's not the best way for us to take it forward, is to create classes for young adults with disabilities and children with disabilities. A lot of these young people don't have peer groups. They go to school, but they don't go to school with somebody along the road from them. They go to school in an area that they possibly don't belong in. And then they go home and they're at home, that's it. Whereas if they start to meet people, again, who walk the same shoes as them, the parents meet up. So it's a win-win for everybody. And a lot of these parents could already be our clients because we already know a lot of parents that work with, that have children with disabilities. So that's where we want to head, to open that up again for people. But our biggest clients are these. We go into schools as well, and we work with some of the young people in schools. And again, that can be from P1 right up to like 6th year at school. There's not much when young people with a disability, quite a severe disability, there's not a lot for them beyond school. And again, we want to make yoga available to them so that there's a structure in their week, because sometimes there's not a lot going on and they're at home a lot. They don't necessarily have peer groups in their street, or because it's not people they went to school with isn't near. Yoga is going to be really good for them coping with life when they leave school. It's just, yoga's the gift that keeps giving, and it doesn't matter if you're like 4 or 104. It's just a great thing for us all.
Yeah, I mean, what I love about Yogability, and I completely appreciate it, that it is one of the things that makes things very challenging for you as well, that you are such a small organisation, that you folks are working very directly with individuals and families. But for me, what makes that amazing is that all the money that, you know, people give me to come and join the 108 Sun Salutations, all of that sponsorship that there is, I literally just hand it straight over to you, and it goes very directly to the people that you want to help.
To be honest, Judy, you've been such a massive help over the years. You're one of our biggest supporters. Everything goes back into the classes, back towards the people that we're supporting. We have a few volunteer teachers, but nobody takes any money for the classes. We all just do it. We want to change that a wee bit. We need to start like trying to get grants and stuff so that people can be paid for what they're doing. But all the money that you give us, and like any time from now and backwards, has always gone right back to the people that it was for, that you raised the money for, and we really appreciate it. You've really carried us a lot. Thank you.
It's difficult, isn't it, finding that balance, because you have to put things in place whereby you're still going to be here next year and the year after. You know, you have to ensure your future and your longevity. But there's something very powerful about being so directly involved at the front line. As well.
It is. I mean, I can't imagine not having Yogability. It doesn't. I'm not saying it doesn't matter that we're not paid. We get, we get so much back, but it costs. It does cost to run it, because just halls in general, we don't have a specific studio or anything, so we have to be finding money to pay halls so that we can have people, and it's just not cheap, and everything's going up because of the energy prices. COVID, people are trying to recoup money that they've lost being shut for 2 years.
And that's the tragedy, isn't it? Because so many services were suspended during lockdown as well, and important services like the one that you offer. So trying to bring it back is hard enough, but then all of the additional costs now are making it even harder.
It really is. I don't know. We're always so grateful, but I think this year in particular, just because things have been so tough.
And they're tough for everyone, aren't they? Like, the people that are coming to join us, it's tough for them as well. But maybe if we kind of swing back around to the people it is that you help, I mean, are you able to maybe share some of the benefits that some of the kids that you have worked with, and what difference it's made, and maybe with some of their families as well?
Well, the very basic is about even the families meeting up, which is huge. So they create links that they maybe didn't have before with like-minded people. But directly yoga with the young people, it can be quite subtle initially, because sometimes even just a young person sitting on the mat is massive, and it just sounds like nothing. When you don't understand disability, it's not touched your life, sitting in a mat is just straightforward, but it's not at all. So for a young person who's up and about, constantly moving, and to sit in a mat even for 5 minutes is massive, never mind anything else that they do in that session. A young person with physical disabilities, so being able to get them out their chair and on a mat and letting their body, just letting them open up their body. They don't get that. They're in a chair day in, day out, and that's their day. If we get them on a mat and they can stretch out, but not even just stretch out, you're then working the muscles a wee bit, so that I can't even imagine the difference that must feel for a young person. And it can be small as their hands are so tight, so working into their hands, their feet. I don't know what it's like to have a disability, but from working with my son all these years, he sits in his chair, everything's all kind of curled round. So when he gets out and gets the chance to just open his shoulders, and so some of I work in Craig Halbert. I don't know if you've heard of Craig Halbert Centre, so it's for motor most motor disabilities for young people, and they're quite profound, young people, their disabilities. But there's a young girl there, and when we lie her on the mat, we roll up a wee blanket and put it down her spine so that it really opens her chest. We put up a wee blanket and put it under her bottom, so it's almost like bridge. And it's,
Wow.
I wouldn't believe her. See the relief in her face. It's wonderful to watch. It really is. And just so there may be these some of the young people will be non-verbal, but everything, like it's 1,000 words, just comes out the wee picture of their face. It's tangible. It's great. It really is. It's lovely to see. So
That's amazing.
a lot of things that you see as you're going along. I went into a school and I don't think I was doing much because I didn't know the young people. They were like 6th year, and they're all very different, and you're trying to do a wee class and they're like polar apart. But when I went in the next week, the teacher had said, I don't know what you did with whatever the boy's name was. He was so calm after you left. What did you do? Could you show us how to do that? And it's just the movement, the quietness, and just letting the young person, even though they're moving in a way that they're not used to, but making them feel safe as they're moving, as they're opening up in a way that their bodies haven't really done that before. So when they feel safe, they just open more, as we all do.
Yeah, well, exactly, isn't it? I mean, that's not just the young people that you work with, that's people. Everyone. Yeah, it's just people and experience of being in a body, and you know, and like you say, like, you know, you're simply witnessing that from the outside, so we can only imagine how it feels for them, and then for their family and their carers to witness and experience some of the benefits from that as well as coming to their own class. It's like a little magic web you're weaving, Debbie, isn't it?
But it
just
is
to support them, and
it's a real win-win, I think, for us all.
It's such fantastic work, and you know, I mean, I know because you know, you folks come and speak to the teacher trainees every year, and they're always so inspired after speaking to you. And I know there's always some of each cohort come and get in touch and kind of figure out if there's a way that they can work with you. And I think that's one of the things I find so inspiring as well. It's like sort of cycles of nourishment and input and feeding, you know, and it never ends, I think, as long as we're
been great. And the people that have come from the training have been wonderful. They really have, and they're part of Yogability team, and that's what it is. It's a team that's working together to put this out into the community.
Oh, Debbie, and long may it continue, and you guys get to do the work that you do. Just before we wrap up, I wonder, it might sound a bit cheesy, but I just wonder if there's anything you would like to say to everyone who's come along to the 108 Sun Salutations in the past 9 years, and everyone who's going to join us this year for our 10th one. Is there anything you would like to
really like to thank you so much. You have helped us immensely. We couldn't continue without it. You have been such a massive help, and we love seeing you every year. So thank you so much. And obviously this year Helen stepped back, so we're hoping that the food's as good.
It's better, Debbie. It's going to be better. Just don't tell Helen. Debbie, thank you so much for taking the time out what I know is an incredibly hectic day for you to
Yeah.
have this little chat. And I look forward to seeing you in person, in real life,
Perfect.
in December. Thank you so
forward
much.
to you as well. Thank you so much, and thanks everybody that comes along. You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our chat. If you've got any questions, you can email me or find us on social media. I'll see you here next time.